Good morning, reception. It's Miss Sanderson here. It is Thursday, the 21st of January, and today we're going to have a little look about healthy eating, okay? Now, what do you already know about healthy eating? Tell your grown-up what you already know. What do you think healthy eating is? Have you got some ideas already? You might need to pause me so you can have a little chat with your grown-up, or you can do it after this lesson. That's absolutely fine. Now, this is something called the Eat Well plate. It shows lots of different foods, and the parts of the plate that are bigger, that means you need to eat more of those foods. If it's just a tiny little section of the plate, that means that you should try not to eat too many of those foods. So I can see that Miss Sanderson's favourite chocolate is in a section that is only really little. But the other thing Miss Sanderson loves is potatoes. I love potatoes. Any sort of potatoes, chips, mash, jacket potato, I love. And that is quite a big part of the plate, so that is good for me. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is fruits and vegetables. Now, these are really important as part of your healthy diet, okay? And you should try and eat at least 5 of these every single day, and they can be anything. You could have a glass of orange juice, and that could be one of them. You could have some carrots with your dinner, and that would be another one. If you have a fruit snack when you're a bit hungry, that counts as another one. So your challenge is to see if you can have 5 of these a day to keep you super duper healthy. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is something called carbohydrates, and these are Miss Sanderson's favourites. I love carbohydrates, any sort of carbohydrates. Now, you shouldn't eat too much of these, but these you can eat a little bit of. So these are things such as pasta and bread and potatoes and rice, okay? Now, the next one we're going to look at is something called protein, and these help your body to repair and build muscles. So if you want to get super big, strong muscles, you need to be trying to eat lots of protein, and that's things like fish and chicken and baked beans and eggs. Things like that will help your body to fix its muscles and to get really big and strong. Now, the next thing we've got to look at is dairy, and these help your bones to stay nice and strong. Okay, you should eat and drink some dairy products. You don't want to be eating these all the time, every single day, every single hour of the day, because that wouldn't be particularly good for you. But these are things like cheese and yogurts and milk and butter. Okay, and the next thing we've got is fats and oils. Now, these you should only eat very small amounts of fats and oils, okay, because they're not particularly good for your body. And that's things like crisps, chocolate, butter, oil. So those sorts of things we should try and just eat little amounts of, okay? Now, there are some foods that you should only have every so often. And this is because if you eat too much of them, it can be really bad for you. So that's things like sweets and crisps and chocolates and really fizzy drinks. Those sorts of things we should only have as a treat and not very often. We shouldn't be having those every single day, even though it's quite tempting sometimes when you've got chocolate and sweets left over from Christmas, especially like I have. It's so easy just to go and grab one and nick one. But we've got to try and be healthy for our bodies. Okay, now another way that we can have a super healthy diet is by drinking lots of water. Now, you should try and drink 5 glasses of water each day. Now, that to me sounds like quite a lot, but your body is made up of lots and lots of water. So it's really important to keep putting that water into your body. Now, this is something that Miss Sanderson really needs to try and do this year. It was her New Year's resolution, was to drink more water. Now, let's have a look at these foods. And I want you to have a think now. Do we want to eat lots of these? Do we want to eat a little of these? Or do we want to just have some? So grapes, do you think we want to eat a lot, little, or some? What do you think? Well, I think we can eat lots of grapes because they are really healthy, our body loves them, and they're super for us. Now, what about yogurts? Should we eat loads and loads of yogurts, or should we not eat any yogurts? What do you think? I think we should just eat some yogurts, okay? Not loads and loads. I don't want anybody to be eating 10 yogurts a day because that would not be very good for you. But you can have a yogurt here and there. Now, what about butter? Do you think we should have lots, or just a little, or some? I think just a little, because butter isn't really, really good for you. Your body doesn't need lots of butter, so just a little bit here and there is absolutely fine. Now, what about some chicken? Can you remember what chicken is? It begins with a p, 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 and it makes your muscles grow and repair. It's a protein. And now chicken, we should have some chicken, okay? We shouldn't have loads of chickens, but we shouldn't have no chicken either, okay? It's that nice in the middle. We should have some. And the last thing we've got is spaghetti. Now, can you remember what spaghetti was? It begins with a k, k. And it was quite a long word and quite a tricky one to say. It's a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. And we can have lots of spaghetti because we want to keep lots of carbohydrates because they keep us super energized and keep us going. Now, I would like you to have a little chat with your grown-ups and think about a healthy meal that you could create that has a good balance of all those things we've just talked about. So those carbohydrates, those proteins, fats, dairy, and fruits and vegetables. Now, I've put some pictures on here of probably one of Miss Sansa's favourite meals. It is salmon, so that's a really good protein. There's some potatoes, definitely Miss Sansa's favourite, and some asparagus, which is some nice healthy vegetables. Then, as a little treat, only sometimes though, Miss Sansa loves a chocolate melt in the middle that you put in the microwave and it comes out. Oh my goodness, it is delicious. So I'd like you to have a think with your grown-ups about a really good balanced meal that you would like to eat. I'm really looking forward to hearing what your favourite balanced meal is going to be. Have a lovely rest of your day and I'll speak to you later. Bye.